Die, cube, die. Oh no, there's two of them. No. Oh no, there's a bunch of them. Alright, and in this video what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to show you how to install and configure the BloodMoon plugin for Bukkit. Now what it is it makes the game mode harder at night, and you can configure it so it's only on certain nights. The actual description is this plugin will add BloodMoon event to your server. Each night has a configurable chance of a blood moon. During a blood moon, the game is a lot harder. And it gives you features such as skeletons shoot faster, they shoot fire arrows, zombies spawn with weapons and armor, mobs can break blocks when focused on a player, hostile mobs have more health, and plenty more. Now there are commands, so you can start and stop them, and you can go to the next one. Well, you can schedule the blood moon for the next night, and those are obviously administrator commands. And then you have the permissions for those commands. The config I'll be showing you right after we install it, but to install it you're going to want to click on the latest version that is out, and then download the BloodMoon jar, keep the file, and we're going to open up our Bukkit server here and go into our plugins folder, and we're going to drag and drop this right on in there. There we go. And then we're going to run our server. Because I'm on Ubuntu, I'm going to have to run this in the terminal, so I'm going to paste in my command, hit enter, and then the server will begin to run just like this. And when it is fully open and everything is done, it will then have the configuration files ready for me. So I'm going to now stop my server, wait for everything to stop, close that out, and close this out. And then we're going to go back into our plugins, and you should see a BloodMoon folder right here. You're going to have a few things. You're going to have the World YML, World Nether, and World the End. It gives you a different config file for each world, so you can change the difficulty of the mobs and the chances of a blood moon happening for each world. So we're going to stick in the World YML for now. And it is a rather lengthy config, but I'm just going to give you a quick run through. The first thing is enabled, so you can enable or disable it. You're going to want to change that to true. Always on, you can set that to true, which will make it so every night becomes a blood moon. And then you can set your chance right here. Currently it's 14 out of I believe 100, but I could be wrong. There'll be a link in the description to the actual config tutorial from the actual author in the description. So now we have features, so chat messages, you can enable those, which is true, and the message will be blood moon is rising, so that will give your players a notice that the blood moon is happening. Then we have the server commands, so you can enable or disable them, which true or false commands. You can have start, which will toggle the downfall, it will set the time as 0, and it will op notch. So this is, you can add whatever you want here. You could kill certain players, you could op yourself, so I would just put op Brandon Hopkins, and that would op me. To end it, you would toggle the downfall, set time to this, and then it would de-op whoever you wanted. And then you have play sound, so this can enable a certain sound, whether spawn, and set the volume and pitch of that. Arrow rate, so this is how fast arrows will fire. A multiplier, which, so let's say I wanted it to go twice as fast, I would set that as 2. If I wanted it to be 4 times as fast, I would set that as 4. And then we have fire arrows, so you can enable or disable that. Chance 100, so if you wanted it to be half and half, I believe you'd set it to 50. And ignite target, you can set that to true or false, so if you didn't want things catching on fire, you can set that to false. And then we have zombie weapons, which gives makes it so the zombies actually have weapons. It gives them a chance, it gives them a drop chance, so if you kill a zombie with a weapon, there's a chance you can get the weapon. There's ignore spawners, and then you can set the weapons that the zombies may spawn with. And then we have the zombie armor, so you can make it so zombies have armor, set the chance, set the drop chance, and you can ignore the spawners and set the armor that you'd like the zombies to have. And then we have target distance, so this will make it so mobs see you from farther away. So you can set a multiplier there, so 3 times as far as is what it's currently set as. And you can set the mobs that respond to this. You can also make mobs go faster with this. Most of the things are the same. There's enabled, multiplier, which multiplies how fast they go, a chance of them going faster, fast multiplier, and the mobs that respond to this. And then we have break blocks, which is adds realistic drop items. You can enable or disable that. Set the mobs that are allowed to do this, and set the blocks that are allowed to be broken. And then there's Mechs Max Health, so this will make it so every mob that you have here has double the health. You can enable or disable that. Under more spawning, so this will make it so there's actual more mobs in the server, twice as many as what it's currently set to. You can enable or disable that, and you can pick the mobs for that. And then you have more XP, so you can enable that. You can ignore the spawners, and you can set the multiplier for how much more XP you want. Next we have sword damage, so this is how much damage will be brought upon your sword. When hitting these certain mobs, you can enable that and set the chance. And then this will enable super creepers, give them a power, allow them to fire, allow them to have fire, and allow lightning. Then we have spawn on kill, so every time a mob is killed it would spawn. You would set a chance, you would set the mobs that responds to, and set the spawn mobs. Spawn on sleep, so that you can enable or disable that and pick what one you want for that. Then we have more mobs, so you can enable or disable that. Set the chance, set the group size, so this will be actual groups of mobs that spawn. Set the group variation, so it's 2. And then you can pick what mobs you want to be in the groups. Then you can lock in worlds, so you can set that to true or false, so mobs can't travel throughout worlds, I believe. And you can also set a texture pack. I believe this is spout only, but I'm not 100% confident. You can extend the night, so you can make it so there has to be a minimum amount of kills and max resets for the night to actually end. You can change the weather when the blood moon occurs, so you can enable or disable that. Set it to thunder true and set it to rain true, so you can just make it total chaos. And then daylight bulletproof mods, you can enable or disable that. Nether sky, you can enable that, which I believe is rather cool. You can set dungeons, so you can make dungeons enabled, make them protected, put what biomes they spawn in, set the chance of that happening, minimum layers, maximum layers, spawner types, pick what spawners you want, spawner delay, spawner count, spawner max mobs, so you can set the amount of maximum mobs, and chest items, which will be here. And you can set the min stack size, max stack size, and items per chest. So that is the config. Everything is interchangeable. I'm not gonna get into. Actually, I think I'm gonna jump into the game and show you what this would look like with the current settings I have. So here we go. Alright, so I just jumped in the game and the blood moon has started. So before anything, I'm gonna get on some of this armor so I don't die right away. So I at least have a slight fighting chance. So there's a bunch of things from the nether that I'm seeing right away. It's not completely from the nether, they just show up a lot more. Haha. Ah! Haha. No! Ow! Water! Die! Don't kill me, don't kill me, don't kill me, don't kill me. No! 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 Oh. Oh well. So, thank you for watching. This has been a tech tutorial. If you want this plugin, there'll be a link in the description. If you want more videos like this, please subscribe to my channel. That's about it. I hope you have a great day. Please comment, rate, and once again subscribe. And goodbye.